Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have a question for you today. If two students were to switch places Freaky Friday style, except for the twins, which two students do you think could get away with it? Tell me down in the comments down below. In the meantime, let's get to it. This is Season 1, Episode 15, starting in 3, 2, 1, play. Battle time! Kyoto Sister School Exchange Event, Group Battle number 1. Who is prepared? Just try not to die. It's so exciting! I'm kind of ready for this. I'm so down. And the music's even better? Let's do it. Looks like Doggy's back. Or... I don't remember the other color of the other dog. Which one actually got... Knee to the face. Face off. Alright, but couldn't the guy that could just, like, speak words, just, like, make him stop with words? Like, stay put until I come back or something? I don't actually know how his power works or how extensive he'd have to, like, actually be talking to him. Part of me wants him just to be like, let me sit down and tell you my life story. Listen to every word. Chapter 1. And, like, start going through a whole book or something. I don't know what the commanding voice, how much... or how powerful that is, because I feel like it could be very powerful. Think like Ella Enchanted, almost. I'm just so excited for this. This is gonna be the first big battle between the two, and I'm certain they're all gonna get in fights with somebody. I'm certain, right? We have to have the two teams clash at some point. Ooh, it's just gonna be like, who is pissed off? We're seeing a lot of Gojo without his blindfold on in the opener, so I don't know if that means we're gonna see a lot of him without his blindfold. I'm okay with it. Before the exchange event started, let's go. Knee him in the face. Now is the question, is Toto actually going to try to kill him? Ah. 1 point! Oof. Boy, you gotta squirm out of the way. I looked at all the blood first, but then I saw the tree. It's like, hot diggity. Is this just for, like, the fans? Just for the, like, who does he like? But, like, Jennifer Lawrence. Do they say somebody different in the subtitles? I wonder. I'm listening to dub. He's like, I could see us being friends. I have a full story for us. Oh, because you like a BS. What? All right. Oh, Toto's all attached to him now. Hmm. That is one hell of a technique, switching two people's places, because especially if somebody else uses projectiles to fire. Heck of a scout. Called it! You guys weren't very subtle about it either, so, yeah. I feel like they would have come more of a sneak attack, but I guess they don't have to when they're the ones that are normally hunting. Yep. Hopefully. He should learn sign language. Hmm. I would imagine that this has got to be not a full-on match between these two, but he's got to be pretty evenly skilled, right? With everything that we've seen Yuji do. What? Oh! Bonk. It's so cool! Oh, darn. I was gonna go for, like, he was really just so enamored by him. I want her to be really strong. I want her to be so strong. Hmm. Fabulous. It's a broke. Teaching moment? Huh. Say what now? Aww. What? Yep. And the battle begins. We already have our first big battle of this whole thing going down. I don't know how many are in the future, but we have Yuji fighting with Toto. So Itadori and Toto, who's going to go head to head and who's going to come out on top? I can already tell you right now, it's going to be Yuji. But we do have a spectacular learning moment through this. First of all, we had the first learning moment being like, what's your type? And I'm curious. I am watching the dub version so that I can like talk and process thoughts while listening at the same time instead of just reading and talking. So do they say somebody different other than Jennifer Lawrence whenever he is in a different any other languages? Is it all these other different people or is it always Jennifer Lawrence? I'm kind of curious. But I kind of feel like that's half fan service too, because you want to be over here to every character, just being like, who's your type? Just out of curiosity, just like a brown hair that's really short, you know, loud colors, you know, what's your type? But we have this wonderful learning moment that we're getting through this. Not only is it going to be a training thing to see like, can they kill Yuji, which I doubt it, but Yuji's gonna learn some stuff through this. He's been heavily relying on Divergent Fist the entire time, so we've seen a lot of combat skills. He's obviously super talented in a lot of other things that he's done. We've seen him in so many different ways fight using his environment, but as well as just like his agility skills. So now we might get to see more of that with a constant flow of cursed energy, what with his fists glowing at the very end of this episode. I'm really excited to see what Toto has to teach us. His whole, I could have done without his whole fantasy of friendship. I think it could have been super quick, like, hey, yo, we are best friends because I like the same thing. I don't mind him being obsessed with his idol. I actually think it's kind of cute and relatable with some people. But I didn't really understand that portion. Maybe you liked it more than I did, but I kind of wanted to see more of the battle progress. It is nice to know that he is not taking it easy on him just because he considers them best friends, though. Instead, he is actually saying, yo, it's my duty as your friend not to go easy on you. Especially if he was actually out to kill him. I can't really tell if he's wanting to or if he's just doing it because he wants to see his idol or not. And I'm so glad the rest of the students are not dumb. I don't know how exactly they found out that everybody was headed to Yuji, but everybody did notice that, no, they're not going off to fight curses. They're going all together to Itadori, and we're going to see what they're doing there. And they're probably out to get him if they're all ganging up on him like that. I don't understand. These... Part of me does. They're hunters. They're hunters in a way, but they're always hunters going after a target that's already made itself known. So I don't feel like any of them have really relied on stealth. Most of the time they're just the exterminator, and the exterminator doesn't have to rely on being sneaky to get to the creature that they're trying to exterminate, which seems so off to me. If you're going after somebody that you know is very intelligent, shouldn't you have some kind of strategy or some kind of plan? And we kind of did have it from our team, our school, saying how we wanted to execute this entire trial. Instead, it doesn't feel very strategically planned out how they were going to go after Yuji. Surrounding him, especially with a whole bunch of different projectiles, seems, from their placement, seemed okay. But at the same time, if you're circling up with a whole bunch of projectiles and one person moves, you're just firing at friends. I am very, very interested to know if that was Toto's cursed ability, because I want to know what you could do with that. That's got to be so deadly and dangerous, especially if you do have friends that use projectiles to move somebody in the way of the target. I would like to see him utilize that way more in this next fight, in this upcoming episode. Momo has the most vulnerable position where she's at. It is a forest, but if she is above in a clearing, then obviously you've made yourself more of a target. I would like to see that character work on themselves. I know that these are all students too, so this is probably a baseline starting point, and where we're going to see them grow to. I'm pointing out some of the flaws that I'm seeing just as a teacher, I guess. I want to see where they can progress and where they'll go to utilizing all of this knowledge, and I kind of hope they get pointed out to them. But I have one of my questions answered from last episode. I don't know what the point of this whole thing is. Like, aside from winning, what is the point? It's to get your ranking from other teachers, not your teacher, but other teachers to be like, oh, you are worthy of number one rank, and you are worthy of going up in status. So I'm finally getting answers to that. I just thought it was an odd placement to put it for Miwa to do it, who is becoming a very likable character to me. She seems like the sweetest out of everybody here, and I hope to God, I just want her to unleash. I just want her to have like one of the best powers on the entire field, because she's just nice, and so I just want that for her, just to be like, wow, you're really sweet and a badass? Let's go! I'm curious if the matchups are going to stay the same, though. Whoever they're against from the Kyoto side to our side and headbutting right now, I wonder if it's going to maintain that way for all of the battles, and each of the next few episodes are just going to be showing highlighted of each piece. Or are we going to mix and mash characters? We'll just have to wait till next time to find out. But in the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching with me today. I'll see you next time. Mwah!